From James Bond to supercars, Aston Martin's cultural impact. A quick glance at the history by Morali Edutech. Have you ever considered which manufacturer produces the most exquisite automobiles globally? Without a doubt, it is Aston Martin, a prestigious British carmaker renowned for crafting luxury sports cars since 1913. Their vehicles are not only elegant and appealing but also embody pride and world-class excellence. The story of Aston Martin is truly remarkable. The brand is widely recognized, particularly for its iconic DB models, which have left a significant impression in cinema, especially in the James Bond franchise over the years. The origins of Aston Martin can be traced back to the early days of the automotive industry. This is a sleek, gliding vehicle designed to navigate effortlessly through curves, featuring a smooth and aerodynamic exterior. It has garnered admiration from numerous prominent individuals and cherished celebrities, including David Beckham, Ben Affleck, Michael Jordan, and Lawrence Stroll, among others. The reasons for its appeal are quite evident. Aston Martin stands as a contemporary and prestigious sports car brand, renowned for its distinctive heritage that is recognized globally. Established in 1913 by Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford, Aston Martin has become an emblematic name associated with elegance, luxury, performance, and exclusivity. The British manufacturer skillfully combines cutting-edge technology with traditional craftsmanship and sophisticated design to create a lineup of highly acclaimed sports cars. The two partners initially collaborated to sell Singer's cars, while also providing servicing for GWK and Calthorpe vehicles. Lionel Martin participated in races at Aston Hill, located near Aston Clinton, which inspired them to create their own specialized cars for competitive events. The inaugural vehicle to carry the Aston Martin name, known as the Coal Scuttle, was produced in 1915 by integrating a Coventry Simplex engine into a 1908 Isotta Freschini chassis. The initial models of Aston Martin were characterized by their unique and individualistic nature, meticulously handcrafted to the highest standards and designed to surpass performance expectations. Throughout its century-long journey, the brand has remained committed to the foundational values set forth by Lionel Martin, who envisioned an Aston Martin as a quality car of good performance and appearance. A car for the discerning owner-driver with fast touring in mind, designed, developed, engineered, and built as an individual. This enduring philosophy has resulted in the creation of some of the most iconic sports cars in Britain's automotive history. World War I disrupted production. However, following the war, production resumed at new facilities located on Abingdon Road in Kensington. With financial backing from Count Louis Zborowski, Bamford and Martin commenced semi-series production of their standard sports model in 1921. Bamford and Martin created both long and short chassis Aston Martin vehicles in limited quantities until their operations were halted by bankruptcy in 1925. The remaining assets of the company were acquired by a consortium led by directors Bertelli and Bill Renwick, leading to the establishment of Aston Martin Motors Limited. The company relocated to the previous Whitehead aircraft facilities in Feltham, where Bertelli, serving as technical director, introduced several models that were responsible in shaping the Aston Martin brand. Among these were the 1.5-liter T-Type, the International, the Mark II, and the 2-liter model. Most of these vehicles were two-seaters, crafted by Bertelli's brother Enrico, who was a coach builder. However, some longer chassis variants were designed as tourers and saloons. Bertelli guided the company through various financial partnerships, participating in national and international racing events, including the prestigious Le Mans 24-hour race. However, starting in 1936, Aston Martin shifted its focus towards road cars, unveiling a new 2-liter model the following year. The vehicle that would influence the trajectory of Aston Martin for the next 2 decades was Atom, technically developed in 1939, although its testing persisted throughout the war, with insights being integrated into models produced afterward. Designed by Claude Hill, the Atom featured a space frame made of rectangular tubes, onto which aluminum panels were affixed. While its design diverged significantly from previous and subsequent Aston Martins, The bodywork was a reflection of the material shortages experienced during the war and was crafted with cost-effectiveness in mind. In 1947, the company was acquired by the tractor manufacturer David Brown Limited, which also took over the operations of another car manufacturer, Lagonda. This acquisition included the expertise of engineer W.O. Bentley and the innovative V6 engine he had been developing. As a result, the 2-liter sports model emerged, later known as the DB1, leading to a range of vehicles featuring David Brown's initials, DB. This period marked a significant chapter for Aston Martin, particularly due to the DB5's role in the 1964 James Bond film Goldfinger, which showcased an array of gadgets and played a crucial role in enhancing the brand's global appeal. Additionally, in the 1969 film On Her Majesty's Secret Service, George Lazenby portrayed 007 while driving a DBS, and in 1970, future Bond actor Roger Moore featured a Bahama yellow DBS in the television series, The Persuaders. In 1972, David Brown transferred ownership of the company to a banking consortium. In 1969, a V8 variant of the DBS was introduced, followed by the unveiling of the AMV8 in 1972. A few years later, the remarkable Aston Martin Lagonda debuted, featuring its innovative wedge design and advanced digital dashboard with computer controls. The company underwent another ownership change in 1975, and in 1977, the Aston Martin Vantage was celebrated as the first British supercar, or muscle car, achieving a top speed of 170 miles per hour, with the convertible Volante version reaching a more relaxed 160 miles per hour. In 1980, a concept car named the Bulldog was presented, showcasing even more futuristic elements than the Lagonda, but it was ultimately considered too expensive for mass production. The company was sold again in 1981 and continued to manufacture the AMV8, Lagonda, and the V8 Vantage and Volante. In 1982, the Prince of Wales granted a royal warrant of appointment, which significantly enhanced the brand's prestige, coinciding with the much-anticipated return of James Bond in 1987, featuring Timothy Dalton behind the wheel of a V8 Volante in The Living Daylights. Despite its increasing reputation and a loyal fan base, Aston Martin required additional investment to sustain its operations. In 1987, Ford Motors acquired a significant stake in the company, leading to the launch of the new V8 Virage model in 1988. In 2007, Aston Martin underwent another ownership transition, acquired by a consortium led by David Richards, the chairman of ProDrive. As with previous ownership changes, Aston Martin maintained its reputation for producing vehicles that defy exaggeration. Models such as the DB9, DBS V12, the exclusive 1-77 with only 77 units produced, and the V12 Virage and Zagato exemplified Aston Martin's legacy of crafting high-performance cars with unparalleled style and quality. The brand's strong connection to James Bond persisted during the Ford era, with its vehicles appearing in films like Die Another Day, Casino Royale, and Quantum of Solace, and this legacy continued with the DB10 concept car designed for the 2015 film Spectre. In 2013, Aston Martin established a collaboration with Mercedes-AMG, leading to a significant turnaround by 2017 when it was listed on the London Stock Exchange as Aston Martin Lagonda Holdings plc. Following years of fluctuating fortunes and ownership changes, there is now substantial optimism for the brand, which proudly represents British heritage once more, with new Aston Martin models available across the UK and in 50 countries across 6 continents. Aston Martin has experienced changes in ownership due to various financial challenges, but it is now under the leadership of a consortium of investors headed by billionaire Lawrence Stroll. This businessman spearheaded a group that acquired a 16.7% stake in the company. This year marked the debut of the Aston Martin Formula One team, signaling a new phase of recovery. Over a century later, Aston Martin continues to produce some of the most sought-after vehicles globally, having established a strong reputation for crafting performance cars that combine sophisticated design with thrilling driving experiences. Due to its distinctive combination of elegance and practicality, Aston Martin has positioned itself as a premier luxury automobile brand globally. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned for more informative videos. Please share and subscribe to our channel.